One.
Hello, my name is Mrs. Woolfolk. I'm a Read 180 teacher here at Monroe Elementary School. Welcome to my classroom. I'd like to take you around and show you how I create a safe and effective environment for all of my students. As you can see here up on the board, there is an agenda that I have daily for my students. It gets them in the frame of mind to know what to expect as they enter my room. And so we go through and we talk about what we're going to accomplish for the day. You will also see that at our school we practice habits of mind. And so this is a reminder for our student of what the habit of mind this month is, which is striving for accuracy. And because we're in Read 180 and we want to link everything back to this concept, we've tied it to our fluency. So how we can use striving for accuracy to improve our fluency. Next, you will see today that we are working on many different assessments. It's that time of year that students are working on writing assessments. And so as you typically working in my classroom, I have left these and things that they need to accomplish today. And then as their semester work, we have a list of meetings for them to do. Also this month, we are doing the Great Kindness Challenge in our school. This is to promote an environment in a classroom culture where everyone treats each other with kindness and respect. So every day I put a kindness quote for the day. So today's kindness quote is, "Kindness is the sunshine in which virtue grows." And so we spend a little bit of time talking about what that means and how we can be kind to one another. Also in our room, we want to have front and center what our goals are for the second trimester. As a class, we develop these goals together in order to make sure that we're all moving and growing as learners. And so as you can see, our goals for the second trimester is to increase our fluency, not only how many words that we're reading per minute, but also our accuracy. So we're focusing on both elements of that skill. You'll see that we want to improve our reading comprehension. And so we accomplish that by learning strategies and applying those strategies every day in the classroom. Also, we want to increase our Lexile levels. So in Read 180, we have a test at the end of the trimester that students are taking, and that will basically frame their growth for how they've done. And so we want to make sure that everyone's growing and increasing at a good rate. I do have some beginning readers in my room. So one of our goals this trimester is to make sure that no one is a beginning reader. So we're working very hard to help those students really foster a great attitude about reading and help them practice specific strategies to help them with their reading. And then, of course, we want to focus always on our writing and how to improve that. And as I will show you later in this video, we've been doing a lot of work towards that. Each of the students are assigned a table group. And so this helps the students work collaboratively with each other. It's also a way for lower students to get help with higher students. And it gives students an opportunity to discuss subjects and topics and strategies that are being used. So that everyone is helping each other, and hopefully we've created the kind of classroom culture where everyone feels that they can talk, ask for help, and as a classroom we can all build each other up and try to grow together. Another important point that I want to point out in creating a safe and effective learning environment is to make sure that students know where they are at all times. For Read 180, we have a rotation schedule. And so here on the board is a rotation schedule. So students know during the first rotation where they are and what's expected of them. And then they will just follow this schedule as we go through our rotations. What's important is that, I will discuss this later, but our students are grouped based on their ability and based on their needs. And so that way we have targeted, focused instruction for those students with the same amount of needs, so that I can be more effective for what we're doing in class. As you look over here, this is our theme wall. So we are working on Unit 7 right now, and this is an opportunity to help our students look at some of the vocabulary words we will be using, and this theme we're studying cause and effect. And so it gives them an opportunity to visually see those elements of cause and effect, and then we discuss the vocabulary associated with that. So they're able to use this as a resource as we're working through a particular strategy or story within the unit. So this is here to really help our students be engaged in the learning process and also to further develop their skills. I'm just going to swing you back around here in the corner. And again, I try for my Read 180 students to leave my boards as a work in progress. So as we discuss and we talk about different elements that we're learning, we're able to have ideas, and then we're able to stick them up on the board. So it helps us develop this together. So as you can see right here, I try to expose my students to Tier 2 vocabulary words, and this helps to make learning accessible to them. And so as you can see, I have words here. They'll have a definition. They have a descriptive picture that will help them learn those words. And so we want to try to build those vocabulary skills. And again, this is up here as a reference tool for my students so that they're able to refer to this often when they're using it in class. Another element that we're working right now is several reading strategies. And as you can see, I'm a big fan of the brain and how the brain works. And we talk a lot about that in my classroom. I want students to know that if they develop a growth mindset, that they will be able to conquer reading. And that's what we're here to do. So here's our brain, and as we're learning new strategies, I remove this brain and I make it bigger so that they know as we've mastered the strategies that they're learning and they're growing. And so here are some of the reading strategies that we're learning for this particular unit. And as they've mastered them, I'll start changing the pictures and making this bigger. And last but not least, these are some of our writing strategies. The students are learning opinion writing. And so I want to be able to give them a lot of tools, a lot of visuals, so that they can see how to create a graphic organizer, how to organize their writing. And it really helps them refer back so they can practice the skill of writing. So hopefully by having all of these visuals in my classroom, it will allow students to use this as a reference point and to be able to go back and practice the skill appropriately. So that's just a little bit about my class and my classroom and some of the things that I'm doing to create a safe and effective learning environment for my students. Thank you very much.